Francisco native plays the lead role in the musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And as Criss told me last week, it has come full circle for him, growing up in the city to now performing on one of the biggest stages. Inside the SHN Golden Gate, magic once again being made. A rock and roll musical spilling its energy into the house seats. Hedwig and the Angry Inch is headlined by Darren Criss, who plays the role of the genderqueer East German singer Hedwig.
The character in the play is so expertly written that it sucks people in, primarily because one of the main characters of the show is the audience.
The Broadway actor and former star of the hit Fox show Glee is back home in his native San Francisco. After all your success and coming back here to the city by the bay,
it's a joy, man. What can I say? It's a full circle moment. I mean, this is the same city that I got hip to Hedwig to, and I have very nostalgic connections to this piece. And if you were to tell me when I was 15-some years old that I'd be a part of the narrative fabric of this show, I wouldn't be able to believe it.
Bannon Theater was his home when he was 15. It's the stage at St. Ignatius College Prep where his singing, acting, dancing started to come alive. And it was his drama teacher at SI who Criss pointed out one night at the Tony Awards when asked who shaped his career.
I would have to say Peter Devine at St. Ignatius College Prep in San Francisco.
I was blown away at that. That really touched me a great deal.
Devine says Darren's energy and passion in high school graced the stage day and night.
He just rose to the top, you knew it.
Why?
Because of the energy and the passion. He had this incredible energy about him. He was a musician. He was in the orchestra. He was in the chorus. He was in the plays. He was in the musicals. He was involved in SI Live, which is an improv group. I mean, he just did it all. He just 24/7.
During my time at SI, I also had the honor of being under the direction of Peter Devine. On his classroom wall, photos from South Pacific, spring '94. That's me, same stage as Darren Criss, just a few years earlier. Even so, I had to ask Devine, was I a better performer than Darren Criss in high school?
You were wonderful on stage. I just wish I got you earlier in your career, but football came first.
The Chronicle, Darren Criss is superb. The New York Times, Darren Criss is mesmerizing. A brilliant performer, a gracious young man who understands his roots, who understands he's living his dream under the lights on a stage in his city by the bay.
If you book a big gig, it doesn't mean that tomorrow, we're gypsies. I don't know what I'm doing next. And people are like, oh, so what do you want to do next? I'm like, I don't know, whatever people will give me. It's not up to me. I'm waiting for the next job like anybody else. So there are those in-between moments where, things aren't guaranteed. And that is the nature and the misery, but also the fun of this kind of crazy life choice that I've made for myself. It's sort of the give and take of being a traveling gypsy.
Traveling gypsy, very cool. Thank you to Darren Criss for taking the time. And
awesome.
Yeah, a couple weeks left of the show. So get there and get a seat when you can. And then he's going to go down to Southern California and perform in LA. You saw him.
I saw Hedwig,
and
it's
fantastic.
Incredible. It's funny because
he belts it out.
He is on the whole, 90 minutes on the stage, and it's such a fierce physical performance, vocally and just strength-wise. And he's so sweet and somewhat mild in the thing. And you said you guys did the same vocal exercise that your drama teacher taught the both of you, and he still remembers.
He still does it, and he said he was going to, because he puts a little San Francisco flavor in each performance, right. And you saw that.
Oh, that's so great.
Must have been cool to have that SI connection because, instantly you're kind of like, oh, okay, another.
You're my little brother.
And for him to recognize his teacher back in high school and the inspiration Peter Devine was on him in his career, it was cool to see that and revisit what he said at the Tony Awards that night.
And the picture of you in South Pacific
was
also.
A brief